like I said in my press text, the reconciliation of members of the party and bringing about unity, in the party is the only responsibility, the only objective that I seek to hold in the small term of about a year or more that I will be national chairman by the grace of God. But you cannot preach reconciliation and peace without justice. Former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, and the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory is an asset to the PDP. Immediately after the last election, when people were junketing around the world, going to Dubai and America, Wike stayed back here and kept the party together. It is only fair that he should be accorded the respect by both the leadership and followership of the PDP, and not to be castigated. The issue of Rivers is an internal party issue between the members of PDP in Rivers State, and it can be resolved at that level. That's why it is quite unfortunate when you hear comments from the governor of Bauchi State or governor of wherever, and then, of course, a very respected elder statesman like Edwin Clark, making very, very derogatory remarks about the issues in Rivers. It is quite unfortunate. It is an internal problem that can only be solved internally by the people that are concerned. This is an issue between a political godfather and a political godson, and they'll come to the table at the right time. And given that is why I said I would stoop to the lowest level, even if it means going on my knees, to bring about peace not only in Rivers State, but across the country, as far as PDP is concerned. Of the Arise TV, or you leave the employment of the Arise TV and go somewhere else. So with every other organization. Every organization has its rules. So it will be quite preposterous for somebody who is a member, a card-carrying member of this party, to openly declare that he's not prepared to follow what the constitution of the party says and to go against, the words and dictates of the constitution. The constitution says in an event where an officer of the party is removed by the court or a vote of no confidence, or even in the extreme case of death, somebody from that area or zone, in sections 46, section 6, should replace that, be nominated by that zone or that area to replace the officer. So on what foundation would Segun Soronmi be standing on, to say he's running for chairman? It's a non-issue as far as the party is concerned in relation to the rules that govern our party. That goes to say that I would only recognize people who come from the North Central, where the position was zoned to be people who are actively competing against me. I will also only recognize people who come from Benue, where the position was micro-zoned to be running against me. I will also be only convinced if somebody else emerges from Benue Northwest Senatorial District Zone B, and I happen to be the only candidate. I'm unopposed as the case stands right now. So I don't see anybody who's running. It just left for the NEC to meet and ratify, my replacement, Ucha Youth replacement of my humble self, Engineer Conrad Utante as the next chairman. Even if it is for one day, he's the position of the North Central, he's the position of Benue, he's the position of Benue Northwest Senatorial District. And until Ucha Youth term ends in October 2025, we are going to continue to push for it, because that is what the constitution of the party says. Now about the sit-tight, the sit-tight allegation against body language against Damagun. You remind me of when we elected President Muhammadu Buhari. This whole story of body language, came on board. The issue of body language is subjective. It can only be described, by the person who is making, that allegation. Damagun, by law, is the deputy chairman of the party in the north, where the chairman came from. If Uchayu was from the south, the deputy chairman south would have been acting chairman. But because Uchayu is from the north, the deputy chairman north, by law, by constitution of the party, is the acting chairman. He has not arrogated unto himself the position of national chairman. That is what the constitution says. And until the neck of the party sits and decides that, okay, the vacancy that has been created is from the North Central, Zonal Executive Committee of the party in the North Central, under the leadership of the only governor of PDP in North Central, Governor Mufwang of Plateau State, produced a replacement for Uchayu. Damagun remains acting chairman, irrespective of what his body language tells you or what our perceptions are of what his intentions would be. What was the third question? about the divisions, that must start from somewhere. We have just finished our world congresses um, from our states. We have done our local government congresses and done our state congresses. Now, it is important that you put together the party structure from the base and then you climb up. Now, where is the next spot of call for this campaign team? Is to meet with the zonal executive committee of the party, but under the leadership of the governor of Plateau State, who is the leader of the party in the zone. It is only he who can grant access to the governors. You can't jump the gun and just wake up and then go and introduce yourself to the governors of the PDP. It will only amount to arrogance and not following stipulated rules. I'm a well-grounded and rooted party man. I am a loyal party man. I know exactly the steps. I understand the ropes. I've served apprenticeship in this party for a couple of years. I know how to go about it. So going to the governors right now is a non-issue. It will start with the ward, which we have done, go to the local government, which we have done, do our state congress, which we have done, go to the zone executive committee, which we are about to do, and then we'll go to approach the leadership of the party in the zone. Only then will this be considered. But look, before I round up, it's very important. We provide a platform that represents a paradigm shift in party administration in Nigeria. Look, parties are not just formed for winning elections, organizing primaries and contesting elections, and meeting every 4 years like a season. Parties are actually built to spawn out the policy of government, whether in or out of power. It is unfortunate that we have a group of people in this country that believe that political party platforms are only vehicles to political office or political power. That has to change. Across the world, very young people, younger than I am, I'm 47. There are a couple of people ruling around the world who are in their 30s. Look at the elections that just finished in the UK. More than 26 members of the House are less than 30 years old. That is the emerging trend of leadership in the world. And Nigeria cannot allow itself to be isolated. Look, our party politics in this country requires new thinking, new energy, new leadership. And that can only come from young, vibrant, and articulate people who are willing to talk outside the book, think outside the box, to bring about solutions not only for the party, but mold policy for the administration, whether in or out of power. At a very young age, I'm running for such a big position of national chairman of the oldest political party in Nigeria. And I also want to use the opportunity to also make some comments. While I've been away, a couple of things have happened, and I think in my position I should be able to make some public comments on some of the issues that transpired while I was away, especially the issues that we are dealing with now politically on the national stage. I aspire to be given the mandate to serve the PDP as national chairman, primarily to run a shuttle diplomacy errand to the doorstep of each and every leader of the party with a message of peace, reconciliation, and unity. Convinced that I am possessing of the advantage to undertake such a task for the fact that by my relative youth, which arms me with a fresh energy and innovation thinking for the job. My firm conviction is that peace, reconciliation, and unity form the bedrock of the need of our great party at this material time, and I am most qualified to undertake the task to satisfy this need. Being not encumbered by the ego, which most cases comes with the advancement in age and high societal status, what I'm saying in essence is that there is no level I will consider too low or too condescending to stoop to in the pursuit of peace, reconciliation, and unity in the PDP. The issue of zoning. Regarding the issue of zoning of the national chairmanship to the North Central, I believe it will be the just thing to do since the ousted national chairman, Dr. Yuchi Ayu, was from the same zone, and one from the same zone should complete his tenure, for it is only equitably, for it to be equitably discharged. Yuchi Ayu was from North Central Zone. His constitution, section 46, subsection 6, says when an officer of the party leaves the position either by way of removal or death, somebody from that zone should be replaced, should replace the officer that has left. And it is not the first time. The secretary from the Southwest left, somebody from the Southwest has replaced him on the National Working Committee. Only recently, the assistant woman leader of the party from the South-South, left, and then somebody from the South-South was nominated by the Zonal Executive Committee of the South-South to NEC for ratification as National Assistant Woman Leader. I am mindful that in line with the provisions of the Constitution of the party, to the effect that a replacement for an ousted official be made from his area, the National Executive Council, that's the neck of the party, is going to take a decision on that. And as a loyal party man, my ambition is still subject to a decision of the party's leadership as will be taken by the NEC, hopefully by the next NEC on the 24th of October 2024. If the NEC, in its wisdom, interprets the law of the party to the effect that the current acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Ilya Damagun, should continue with the good work he and other members of the National Working Committee are doing, I will accept the decision in good faith and continue to give maximum support to the party as a loyal and faithful party man. But if the NEC, on the other hand, decides that someone from the North Central should see out the tenure of the current National Working Committee as national chairman, then I am of the firm belief that no other person will best be suited and healed to discharge that responsibility than my humble self. The rationale for ceding the position to the North Central will have to be applied right down to the Benue situation and given to the Benue Northwest, which is Zone B, Senatorial District, where Dr. Yuchi Ayu hails from. It will be a gross negation of the principle of supporting the ceding of the position to the North Central should anyone outside of Zone B take the position. It will be a miscarriage of justice, which will be unacceptable to we, the people of that zone. Yuchi Ayu did not only come from North Central and from Benue, he came from a zone. And deliberately from Zone B, because Engineer Gemadi had been national chairman of this party from Zone A. Audu Ogbe had been national chairman of this party from Zone C. The only zone in Benin that had not produced national chairman was Zone B. That is why the position was ceded to Zone B and went to Yuchi Ayu. So if you are replacing Yuchi Ayu, and the argument is that you should go to North Central, it is only right that you should go to Benue and go to the zone where Yuchi Ayu hails from, which is where I come from, Zone B. So it is not generally going to North Central or going to Benue, it's going to a particular zone. Because we do not only zone in politics, nationally we zone and also micro-zone. That is the wisdom, or probably the convention that has been applied by the leaders and founders of this party since 1998. On the impression that I unseated Dr. Ayu, most of you must have heard that it was the court case that I instituted that removed Ayu. I went to court to seek legal interpretation to the crisis which resulted following the suspension of Dr. Ayu from his membership of the party by his native Igyorov ward executives of the party in Buruku local government area of Benue. He has contended that the ward executive lacked the powers to suspend him for the reason that he was a member of the NEC of the party and only the NEC could suspend him from office. But there was a counter-argument